Hello, in today's video, I'm sharing different ways to look taller and more slender this spring. I will be using 4 different outfits to highlight different techniques and hacks that you can try at home with your own wardrobe and start seeing results right away. I sometimes find that it's a little easier to look taller in the fall winter when I can really lean into maxi coats and knee-high boots. But in this video, we're focusing on spring fashion and covering a good array of work outfits and beautiful weekend looks as well as dresses. For reference, I'm 5'4" and usually between an extra small and a small and a 0 or a 2 depending on what it is. You want to learn how to build a classic wardrobe and also wear relevant trends without being too crazy, then make sure to hit the subscribe button. I share weekly videos on how to do just that and have a very unique perspective because I have attended tons of shows in New York and Paris, but I'm also just a mom that's trying to get dressed in the morning and have functional clothes that are very chic and timeless. The first look is a work outfit that is one of my favorite spring outfit formulas. It's the white trousers with a striped button down. This is a classic timeless look. There's a few reasons why this outfit is working so hard to make us look longer and more slender. The first reason is the vertical stripes. Vertical stripes are known to help every frame look longer. They're usually fairly easy to incorporate in a top versus the horizontal stripes, which mariniers and more of a nautical look, which is coming up for summer. I love my horizontal stripes too. Vertical stripes are gonna always create more length, and those are hard to do with pants and not have it feel very clown-like and not have it be a little bit too difficult to incorporate for everyday wear. I don't have a lot of vertical stripe pants or horizontal stripe pants for that matter, but what does create the illusion of vertical stripes in pants are pleats. Now these pants have really nice pleats that are not too dramatic and don't create bulk in my tummy and don't make me look bigger than I am. Those vertical pleats create the illusion of vertical stripes, and so it's a very lengthening look. The other thing playing into this look that is so helpful is that my shoes match my natural skin tone. Because you can see the actual skin of my feet in these trousers, then to not have it just be a completely different color adds a lot of length as well. The other thing that works really well to create more length is having a small structured bag versus a big huge tote, because as we know, sometimes when you have the big bags, it can really overwhelm our frame and just make it look like we're a lot smaller than we already are. So having a smaller bag is going to show more of you and not compete so much with your entire outfit. The other thing that is sometimes overlooked is your jewelry. This necklace here has just a little vertical pendant that again creates the illusion of length. Now I have to do a little shout out for the pants here. It's very rare for somebody who's my height to find pants that come out of the package with no tailoring necessary and me not having to commit to wear platforms. And these pants sit right at the ankle. What's really great about tailoring your pants if you're petite is that if they don't hit the floor and they're not dragging, which sometimes we think is going to make us look longer if we wear very long pants, but it actually the opposite effect happens. When it looks like your pants are not dragging on the ground and you can actually see your feet, it makes it look like your legs are so long that of course the pants didn't hit the floor. It's kind of a little hack that's completely overlooked, but it works so well. With these trousers in particular, I didn't have to tailor them because they are by Petite Studio NYC, and so is my button down. I'm really excited to be partnering with them to bring you this video today with different ways to look taller because I'm so happy I discovered them. I feel like they're gonna be a big game changer in my own wardrobe because I'm always having to make the decision right out of the package. Do I have to tailor this? Do I have to change something? Do I have to wear big, huge heels? They're the first company to specialize in petite only high-end fashion. Everything that I usually try to look for when I'm shopping other brands, like the pleats and V-necks and different cuts and hacks that I'm looking for, they do already. It almost feels like I'm cheating because I don't really have to do anything to the clothes, which is kind of unheard of. The next look to help us highlight some of the things that we can do to help us look taller and more slender is a quintessential spring outfit with a little white dress. In this outfit here, I'm using one of the most perfect lengths if you want to look taller and have your legs look longer, which is a mini hemline, and particularly if it hits you right at mid-thigh so that of course, you don't want to be uncomfortable and feel like you're about wearing like a micro skirt, like of the micro trend that's going on right now. This works well enough so you can see most of my leg. Sometimes when we have these beautiful little white dresses for spring and summer, it can be tempting to have an airy dress that isn't belted and it's a little bit shapeless And I love that for the beach and vacation, but most of the time you're going to benefit from wasting most of your outfits. And this example included, especially if you're like me and have a triangle shape or an hourglass or a pear shape, and you tend to look a little bit shapeless if people can't tell where your waist is. This can make you look a little bit frumpier and a little bit shorter and more consolidated, which can lead to not having a very flattering look. So what I love about this dress is that you can choose to cinch it at the waist, maybe cheat a little bit if you have a longer torso and pull it up a little bit so that it makes it look like you have longer legs. And then the other thing that is really helping this look make us look longer is that the neckline is a V-neck, and that inverted triangle really creates length instantly. Now, sometimes when we have a mini dress like this, we might want to wear heels to show off our legs and of course help us look taller. And in this first example here, I'm wearing the dress with black heels that look really cute, especially when I'm wearing it with the white and black tote bag. I love a good black and white look, so I really like this look. However, to create the most length possible, you're gonna wanna swap out anything that contrasts your skin tone greatly. So I'm switching out the shoes for something that more closely matches my own skin tone. And I'm wearing nude pumps here. I have a wide array of heels and flats that match my skin tones. So play around with different shoes that might work for you in that regard, because it really creates a lot of length. And they don't have to be heels. These are two shoes that work really well for me. One of them is by Vivea, which is a sustainable shoe brand. They're flat, they're very comfortable. A newer pair by Donald Pliner that just happens to match my skin tone. Having that kind of monochrome illusion all the way through just makes you look really, really tall. And of course, if you want to pump up the length, then you want to switch over to heels. But sometimes that's just not very practical, especially if like you're on vacation, you just want to be able to walk somewhere. You don't want to do that. But of course, the heel is always an easy way to cheat and look instantly taller. And this particular dress is called the Sylvie dress, and it's also available in a very beautiful blue floral in case you're looking to add florals to your spring wardrobe. There's a lot to love. It's got tiered ruffles here with an eyelet print that's embroidered, really detailed buttons that are real buttons, and then of course the V-neck with some scalloping here, and just overall a very gorgeous dress that you will have forever. This next look to help us look taller this spring is one of my favorite looks because it's using an all denim look, leveraging the maxi denim skirt and a denim jacket. Some things to caution you on is when you're wearing a jacket, having a midi length jacket can sometimes shorten your frame. So you want to go either for maxi, which is not really appropriate in a denim jacket, or also for spring, or a crop jacket. This outfit is doing a lot of hard work already because it's a monochrome look. And as we know, monochrome is the surefire way to quickly look taller. And other way to look even taller is by paying attention to the shirt that you're wearing underneath. So I'm using a dark blue polo shirt that is a V-neck, and so creating length there. And then what I love about the maxi denim skirt is that it's also high-waisted, creating length throughout my torso and in my legs as well. In the fall and winter, one of the ways that I love wearing maxi denim skirts, especially when you can kind of have that little peekaboo moment in the center, is with knee-high boots, because knee-high boots are a very lengthening shoe for us petite ladies. You know, usually if you have a high heel with a knee-high boot, then it just makes your legs look so much longer. Of course, as the weather gets warmer, that is no longer an option. So again, swapping out shoes that cut you off at the ankle, like for example here, I'm wearing some very nice little wedges that are super cute, but the way that they sit on my ankle cut off my legs, making them look a lot shorter than they are, and just the overall length of the maxi skirt with that shoe just doesn't make me look longer. So instead, again, opting for that shoe that matches your skin tone, and it just makes it seem like it's an extension of your leg. So you look so much longer immediately. And then here I could have chosen to not tuck in the shirt and then have it sit underneath my hip bones, but really leveraging the high-waisted cut of the skirt and tucking in the polo all the way in so that when my jacket opens, I look like my legs are a lot longer than they are. And then when that in combination with the shoes that are matching my skin tone creates the illusion of length. And then for this look, I did put my hair up all the way just to give my neck a little bit more length and to have it not compete with the monochrome look that I was going for. And then swapping out that big tote for a smaller bag that allows my outfit and my frame to shine versus just like the big huge bag. And now we have a beautiful blue floral dress that is a midi length, and midi lengths are so underrated as it comes to lengthening because it feels almost like oh, well, it's not showing all of your legs, and the maxi length usually tends to create a lot of length, especially if we wear big platforms and we kind of have a stilts effect. But the midi length, when it hits you at kind of the smallest part of your calf, can be super lengthening. I love that little slit right through the mid thigh. Because of the beauty of Petite Studio NYC, we're seeing their thoughtfulness in creating the v-neck here, and also a drop waist. And drop waist is very lengthening because it makes your torso appear a lot longer than it is. And the sleeves are great too because you can choose to roll them up depending on your arm length. I think that every time that you roll down your sleeve all the way, it creates a lot more length than if you shorten up the sleeves like this. It just makes your limbs look longer overall and really creates the illusion of length. And then here, once again, we're using shoes that are neutrals, that look like an extension of my leg. And for this one, I opted for a slide platform by Inez, one of my favorite comfortable heel shoes. So if you're looking for heels that are comfortable because you're in heels all the time because you're petite, then check out Inez. They have a really beautiful array of heels. They specialize in heels and they're comfortable. And I have a discount code for that as well. So I'll put everything on the description below, as well as everything that I'm wearing in this video. Make sure to check out my first video on how to look taller, 9 different hacks that you can do to help lengthen your everyday looks. And if you had fun with me today, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I hope to see you really soon.